Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at quite a few brawlers I think are insanely underrated and especially highlighted throughout the monthly finals this weekend. I finally got the chance to go through them because there's a few that will really surprise you guys in terms of win rates, in terms of pick rates and everything else. So before we get into it, make sure you're using a credit code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the first brawler who I think is very underrated. I wouldn't really say he's OP, but I think he's so criminally underrated, and by myself included. It is Barley. So I've already done a video on this on the second channel, just highlighting how good Barley is in competitive play, and this is literally the perfect map to showcase it. So if you look at my endgame stats, probably won't highlight it because the buzz has just been on me the entire time. But the way you want to play Barley is wait till the end stages, especially in knockout. On this map, it's literally perfect for him. He actually beats every thrower. I'm not even joking. With the heal gadget, with the heal star power, and the unbreakable wall, it's just a godly setup. You literally can't do anything against it. It's so good, especially at the end as well. You've got the gadget, you've got the super. There's just not much the opponents can really do. You saw this strategy used a lot in monthly finals at a weekend. We seen like Luminosity use it, and they went absolutely huge against SDMN with this strategy. There was just a lot involved. Again, it's going to be hard to carry randoms with, but I just think you need to value Barley, especially people that value the likes of Tick, Dynamite. Barley's actually better. He's actually a really good late pick on so many different maps as well. Beach Ball, for example. He's a good late pick on every single hot zone map. Open Business, he's insane on. Trying to look at the other ones while I was concentrating. Parallel Plays, again, he's pretty insane on. Got to be careful here because of the buzz. Has he got a gadget? That's the only problem. If my teammates don't protect me, especially against aggro brawlers like this, we are pretty screwed. So I'm going to pop a gadget here, trying to protect our call. But again, the strategy is to kind of leave it late game, but in ranked, everyone just has their own way of dealing with things. But looks like the call can actually clip the Larry there. Again, I need to stay close to my call as much as possible so he can at least like get the trade or something. So again, other maps, like he's good on Canal Grande. I'm trying to think of the other ones. Like I'm in a tense situation. Hot Potato as well. I think it's just so many scenarios for Barley. I think Knockout actually is his best game mode at the moment though. So we're going to use a super to flush the buzz out. Oh no. I've used the gadgets to try and keep me alive for as long as possible. And just look at that. The heal star power, the heal gadget. I was hoping the call actually killed the buzz there, but we can clean it up. So a bit of a disaster class in terms of gameplay because everyone just goes crazy in rank. But how this map normally plays out is people are super passive. They wait until the end. It's just a bit of pinching, and then at the latter stages, Barley can just absolutely dominate in pretty much any knockout scenario. So Barley's going to be the first underrated brawler. And since his buffs as well, didn't even talk about it. He got damage buffs with his super and his main attack. Maybe he is pretty strong in this meta. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the second brawler I believe is super underrated and really valued by the pro players right now. It is Ruffs. So Ruffs has returned back to the meta for a little while. I think a month ago his pick rate was astronomically down low, considering he got like a damage buff not too long ago. I mean, it just feels like this meta does help him out a lot. So the reason why he's being played a lot in competitive play is because he's a great counter to two of the meta brawlers, Sandy and Neaty. You might be wondering, well, Ruffs is super squishy. How is he good against those two brawlers? Well, that's because he can open up the map. He can outrange them, open up the map, and that's the best way to counter some of the best brawlers in the game right now, is by just literally doing that. So I'm literally having a disaster class now. I haven't even hit one shot on this Rico, but I've been doing work to the enemies so far this game. I can pop a gadget here, keep them all the way back into spawn. I'm going to heal up and wait for my shield gear. But yeah, Ruff's been used pretty much in every single gem grab map. Because again, you look at gem 4 for example, that's like the prime example where Nita and Sandy are so strong. You open up a couple of walls and they just become pretty useless because you can just pinch them down pretty easily. Ruff's is all about support and it's all about pinching like crazy. So fortunately, Tara sneaks in there. Rico's got all the gems, so that's good news for us, because that means he can't really go as aggressive. Again, just gonna wait for my shield gear. You don't need to go too aggressive with Ruffs. We've got another gadget here to push him back into spawn. I was hoping I could get like one meaty shot in there. Let's get him weak. Rico is very, very weak here, so let's try and get some shots onto him. Doesn't even matter. We've got so much pressure. These guys can't even do anything. Again, all game I've been countering the Tara just by breaking open the map. Again, these types of brawlers, these lane brawlers, just hate it when you open up the map. We do have one gem, got to be careful here, but I just want to be aggressive for whatever reason. There's other maps as well I haven't spoke about. Sorry, I was just completely locked in at that point in time. There's a few hot zone maps like Open Business, which is pretty good for him. Beach Ball, really good for him. Just the maps right now are just so good for breaking open in the map and countering the opponents. As you see here, literally every gem grab map, but especially Gem Fort and Harder at Mine, insane on. Knockout, there's few cheesy strategies as well. Heist, he's really good in hot potatoes, so use Ruffs to counter the opponent's composition, and he's actually pretty good into tanks because you feed a lot of supers from them. So that's going to be another brawler. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the third brawler who I believe is insanely underrated in this meta. We have the return of Shelly. So I think it's mainly because of the map pool. The map pool always dictates the picks, bans, whatever else in esports, and it's definitely because there's a bunch of grassy maps. Grassy maps of course mean a lot of tanks, and it just makes Shelly a lot better. So we're all playing the quickfire modifier, which is actually pretty underrated on Shelly. But yeah, that's the reason why we're seeing her a lot. She's actually pretty underrated in some of the knockout maps. I know probably using her in one of the worst game modes, but on this map in particular and Gold Arm Gulch, she's actually underrated. But in terms of the game modes where she's going to be best on, it's going to be Brawl 100%. Sneaky Field center stage, you've seen a lot of Shelly as like a first pick. And just for literally shutting down so many tanks, she's of course one of the best brawlers for that. She's actually really underrated in quickfire as well, especially with the Clay Pigeons gadget. In terms of other matchups I've seen her being used, I've just been seeing her used, say if there's other tank counters banned like Cordelius, Charlie, there's only really Shelly who can absolutely delete tanks in the game. There's no other brawler that can really do that except for those three, so that's why she's been used a lot. Clay Pigeons is still pretty decent. You still cycle through to hypercharge really quick as well, and like I said, she was picked and banned 23 times, which was in the top like 20 of the game. So Shelly, very highly rated within the pro scene. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the next brawler who I believe is insanely underrated. It has to be Rosa. So again, another brawler whose buff wasn't, well, it didn't seem like she was too strong, but it's another brawler who again is helped out by the meta and the map pools. So this is a super bushy modifier, so it's actually going to be better. I'm playing randoms as well. I was hoping for a little bit more synergy with the comp. I was hoping with maybe a Max, a Poco, a Gray. But of course, my teammate last picked a Miko into a Jackie. But yeah, the reason why Rosa's so good, there's so many good Rosa maps right now in the game. Brawl, Sneaky Field, Center Stage, two perfect Rosa maps, especially with the slow gadget. And then you've got Hot Zone, where, you know, parallel play, she's insane with a Gray or any type of, you know, synergy brawler. Give me a second, guys. Got to try get his Jackie down. At least I can look at the maps whilst I die. Gem Grab, we have Gem Fort, where she's insane on. You can use the Bush gadget and really help out your mid and just connect it like that. What else have we got? I'll give him a super. I mean, it doesn't matter here. We can take down the Gale as well. Beautiful. We have Bounty. She's really good in Canal Grande. Heist is probably the only game which is not usable. But again, the maps, just super grassy maps, going to help her out. Being able to cycle through to hype charge now with only 2 supers is absolutely insane. It's just done her the world of good. And of course, there's also meta brawlers that are going to help her out as well. The likes of Max, the likes of Sandy. All of those brawlers are going to synergize really well with her. You've got Poco as well, who's pretty good. I'm going to use a slow here. Come on, teammates, just go in. Jackie's going to be a pain behind this wall. Alright, we've got our super bow. Let's just push through brute force into this crow. I'm using the damage star power as well, just to rip through Jackie a little bit easier. Not too sure whether Miko's going to get the Jackie. Nice, nice, nice. This is going to be close, and Miko actually clutches up in the end. So again, I didn't really play the best there, but Rosa's picked a lot in competitive right now. She was actually picked 18 she was picked and banned 18 times, and she had a 70% win rate. So for me, Rosa, insanely underrated. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into our 5th underrated brawler, it is RT, and you'll be happy to hear that his gadget has definitely helped him out a lot in the meta. So I'm actually playing him on a map where he was previously just good on anyway. Bounty, especially when you pair him with like Jean and Leon. The 2 brawlers that can tickle, they can get that extra damage from the mark. But yeah, RT, super underrated. I'll give you a few maps in a second. So the first map definitely is parallel plays. I was literally playing with RT, defensive lane, parallel plays, so that means the left lane, and then Draco right. Just any brawler obviously right, but RT defensively is so strong. You just can't compete when you've got this gadget, because basically his super, well, no, when you're in your super form, the split exactly covers the hot zone, which is just insane. It makes RT such a strong brawler. I'm trying to think of some other maps again. I've got to, when you play RT, I feel like I really got to focus because of how thin his projectile is. But he has got a lot of HP, so you can kind of sneak up the map here. Leon's going to get these guys in spawn, hopefully. And that's what I mean. The Mox just staying on them, and Gene and Leon just clean up every single time. I've seen RT just use so much. In terms of his picks and bans, he was picked and banned 22 times. So again, placing him within like the top like 20 within the game right now, which is kind of insane for RT. Because before this gadget rework, he was really falling off in the meta, like insanely. Again, I can't really showcase the super split form, but we pop gadget here, get back into our legs if needed, but I kind of want to go on aggressive here. So let's try and push up. This is actually hilarious. Like, even if they're about to kill me, I can just pop back into this form. I can do it again with my super. Okay, nice. Oh, that was actually really bad. So, but you know what? I'm going to split off and just try and get some pressure. I've got so much HP. It's going to take them forever to take me down. I'm just a big distraction. Look at me go. I'm doing nothing. Actually doing nothing. Let's see if I can get a kill in this form. Come on, please. Yes, there we go. RT broken. But yeah, this gadget's actually elevated him so much further in the meta. He's definitely A tier right now. In terms of other maps as well, of course, he's good in knockout and bounty. He's just a good synergy brawler there. In gem grab, he can be underrated. But I think mostly like Brawl grassy maps, I've actually seen quite a few RTs. I've seen him a lot in center stage, for example, but hot zone is where you want to play him the most. This gadget has helped him so much. You can play him a long range, play him a short range, super versatile. Let's hop into the final one. Right, guys, jumping into the final brawler and the whole topic of this video, and I finally got a good Crow map. Crow actually is insanely underrated. I'm not memeing anymore. On Heist, he actually is a really solid pick. So again, unfortunately, I'm on Quickfire, so I can't truly show like the competitive meta. But Crow is really good. Use carrying Crow, use the hypercharge, and then after like a minute and a half of the game, you know, it takes you a while to cook it, but you can deal like 50% to the high safe. It's absolutely insane. So again, just gonna try chip our super up here. We can get the max down. We don't really want to care about that Angelo because he's gonna pretty much one-shot us. Okay, Brock, go away, please. Nice. We can heal up. Beautiful. Angelo is on the safe, so I've got to be a bit careful here, but I'm getting close to my first super. And Quickfire Crow's underrated as well anyway, so there is that. So in terms of the stats then, he was just played so much. He was played in the, I think it was like the top 15, maybe even higher in terms of monthly final. I know that was boosted a lot from South America. They played Crow a lot in last month's monthly final, so 2 months ago, which I already thought that was tripping. But after, again, seeing it, I think it's incredibly underrated. So this is where it's going to be painful getting his hypercharge. It's already been a minute left. So I know I used to be a big hater in a sense, like I used to say, oh, well, it used to take him ages to get his hypercharge. Well, when he does get it, especially in competitive play, it's just easy damage, confirmed. So, again, I'm hoping these guys let me feed super for free here. Come on. I don't want Leon to end the game just yet. I want the hypercharge super on the safe. So we've got a lot of damage dealt, though. We are not even close to super. Oh, come on, Spen. Why is this every single time? I've been waiting forever for a heist map as well. Like, literally 3 hours on ranked to try and get this heist map. So, let's slow down the Brock. Oh, here we go. We can't let the max on the safe, so it's going to be a lot of damage. But we're getting close to our super here, finally. 20% left on their safe. So I can't even showcase, really, just how strong this is. So we can use a slow hypercharge, and then you just want to jump, like, behind the safe, and that's a lot of damage. I mean, typically, it would deal about 40%. In competitive play, I've seen it done, like, 35%. And, of course, the game literally lags out just as we're doing this, which is just really dumb. Anyways, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know who you think is super underrated. I think Crow is the most underrated brawler in the meta. I know I don't want to really say that, but he is. So that's going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.